Hi guys, welcome to your daily reading. This reading is for, what's today? Thursday, November 21st, 2019. However, as you guys know, these readings are extremely timeless and they are for you if they resonate. That's all there is to it. So let's jump right in. So thank you, Spirit, yay. So for today's reading, it looks like they want to come through and talk to us about distractions. Ooh. What do you mean by distractions? Distraction is basically something that takes you outside of yourself and who you truly are, and takes you down a path of ideology and a pattern of behavior that just is not in integrity with who you are. And from there on, you may stray off your once hoped for path. Let's put it that way, because once we get down here, there are many paths that we can take, but we always hope on the other side to take the A+ path, right? But once we get down here and we get into the pea soup that is the energetic stuff going on Earth, things can go crazy. Now, as I'm looking at the cards here, amen, I want to say, first of all, God bless you guys. I just feel like that needs to come through. Yeah, so God bless you all. They're saying that that you know not what you do. To say it that way, which is the way they're saying it. You know not what you do. And so in that case, you are so divinely innocent. It's, God bless you. But I am picking up an energy of some of you really getting really lucky that you have not, I guess, hurt yourself or you have not taken yourself so far off your path that you can no longer come back, right? Because that happens to people sometimes. They go down a path. Sometimes they may even employ, somehow get hooked on drugs or alcohol or some other thing that creates now a biological dependence, So a lot of times, and some of you may have done that, and some of you are maybe still struggling with that, and that's fine, but here you are still on this call, and so you're still here. It means if you're watching this video, there definitely still is your connection to yourself is still there. It's still possible. You could still continue on. So Spirit is showing me that a lot of you may have gone down some paths in multiple times in your lifetime, and you got lucky in the sense that, see how this Void of Course Moon card comes? Nothing will come of this situation. They're saying that you're lucky that there were some near misses. That's what I'm seeing, some near misses, and you didn't succumb, I guess, to whatever that is. All right, so amen. That being said, these two cards are the controlling cards. These two and these two here, energetically. And what I'm getting from these two cards at the bottom left, don't let pride get in your way, and you're very close to achieving your goal. Spirit is coming through to say that yes, there were many nights where you looked up and wondered, am I doing this right? Am I off my path? Where am I? And sometimes they didn't really divulge to you how far off your path was. How far off your path you were, because it would have dissuaded you from continuing. It would have discouraged you from continuing and not trying to make your way back onto the highest path for you, because you would have seen it with your limited vision at the time as something that was impossible. However, they're saying that, a lot of you held on, you had strength, you dug your heels in, and at that moment is when that deep part of you, that fail-safe, kicked in and was like, I'm not going out like this. I'm going to continue my path. I'm going to keep trekking forward. I'm going to have faith. I'm going to wait. I'm going to do whatever it is God wants me to do to get myself out of this situation, out of this chemical substance situation, out of this abusive relationship, out of this lethargy, out of this whatever it is that had you, and some of you, I feel, were on your path, for example, in school or university, but it was just so not engaging for you. It was something that you needed to go through, like you needed to get this degree, you needed to meet whatever people in order to unlock opportunities for you in the future, but it wasn't necessarily what had your passion at the time. And I'm seeing a lot of you wanted to do art, and you were stuck doing something not creative. And some of you actually were stuck doing something creative, but it wasn't passionate for you. So whatever it is, I'm seeing that a lot of you may have been on your path, but may have felt disengaged from it or not motivated about that situation. But either way, wherever this reading finds you, if you're on this call and it's resonating for you, I'm seeing that Spirit is saying that you're definitely close and you've come a long way from wherever you were. I'm getting a Kit Kat bar. This looks like chocolate to me on some level, so maybe that means something for somebody. Yeah, I'm seeing, hold on, I'm seeing a few things here. One sec. I'm seeing for some of you, there may be where you are right now, for some of you, not all of you, but as you watch this video, ask your angels and guides to tap you on the shoulder if this is a part for you. I'm seeing that where you are right now is pretty pivotal. You're on the path to really being close to achieving your goal, but it's almost like there's this one thing in your area. It's almost feeling like a monkey on your back almost. And I don't want to say it's a test. It's almost like a little niggling thing that's in your area. And I think it is a person, to be honest. It doesn't have to be a person for all of you, but it's a person who may come in as a wolf in sheep's clothing. Somebody, I'm seeing that as a chocolate, the Kit Kat, they're offering you this Kit Kat or this chocolate. They may be, how they may do it is they may blow steam up your buns. I'm trying not to curse on these calls. They may blow steam up your bloomas. And in that sense, it's kind of like, they praise you, overpraise you, say overly nice things to you. They try to get you to overinflate your mind and, you're this, you're that, you're this. And sure, you may be, but it's almost like their motives aren't as clean and they seem a little empty on their end. Like, yeah. And even if it's just that one-dimensional thing, like, the energy feels like, yeah, I can be your manager. I can be, this. If you need some help, I got you, fam. Like they have that kind of energy around them. For some of you, it may be a family member. If it is a family member, obviously you're not being guided here to get rid of them, but you are being guided to backseat them. Let what they say go in one ear and out the other, because if you get caught up in that kind of overinflation, it could throw you off. You're not able to actually see where you are, do what you have to do, because you're so busy trying to say, oh yeah, thank you, this, that, and before you know it, you spent the last 5 minutes saying thank you, yeah, blah, 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 and you're not able to focus on your path. For some of you, that could also be coming through as, that distraction could also be coming through as, well, I'm the one who got you where you were, right? Some father figures might have that idea. It doesn't have to be a father figure, but someone who views themselves as having sacrificed the ultimate sacrifice to get you to where you were. Yeah, you're a nurse today because of me. I put you through med school. I was cleaning those floors. I was flipping those burgers. Whatever that is, whoever that is for you. Yes, thank you. But you got something out of that too. I don't advise you to say that. If it's your parents, they might knock you back in 20 years, all right? So be careful. But that being said, play it smart. Remember, everything always exists in a give and take relationship. Even if we're like, but I've been giving so much and I'm not getting something back. Oh, you're getting something back. You're getting the high of being able to give and not get something in return. That means that you get to be the victim. You get to be the good person. You get to be whatever. And it can lead to victim consciousness, martyr consciousness, all sorts of stuff. And be an outgrowth of poverty consciousness and low sense of value and blah, blah, blah. So long story short, if anyone tries to sell you saying that I put you where you are, this and that, even if they don't say it, you'll know if that person's face, whoever's face is popping in the mind during this discussion right here, then that what I'm talking about, whatever it is. I'm seeing somebody here also in another distraction in your close circle. Thank you, Spirit. Is somebody who may play the over innocent card, like I need you, I look up to you. I could be like feeling like a younger sister, younger brother kind of thing, almost like a girlfriend in a youngerly sister role, kind of like I need you, I look up to you, I depend on you kind of feeling. Remember, gross, puke city. Remember, yes, you may have dependence, but don't look down on them and they're looking up at you with those big eyes and like, I depend on you, my whole world. I need you, big brother. I need you, big sister. Listen, you need to do you. You have to individuate at some point. And I'm doing me. So at the end of the day, the person doing the fishing is the only one who knows how to fish. And the person who's always benefiting off the fish that has been fished for them has not learned to fish. And now they'll always be in a state of dependency. So please do not get caught up in, I'm giving to this person depends on me, I have to provide for them all the time. Because what happens is that when you pass through this portal or whatever this is, when you achieve your goal, you're going to carry them with you into this new thing, and you're going to be still having somebody sucking off of you. So be mindful. Remember, this is not about shutting people out of your life unless they are definitely needing to be shut out, especially if they're not family and they're like somebody in your ear all the time, friend or whatever, especially if they're receiving money and kickbacks from you, and that's the relationship, it's built on some kind of physical exchange like money and such. No. Excuse me. So I'm seeing that these are some almost to the finish line distractions around you guys. So please be mindful, and this is not an excuse for you to go and pop off and don't let pride get in your way, get proud and all of this and be like, okay, well, you know what, I need you to go because you're holding me back. And no, it's about coming from a spiritual standpoint and acknowledging what it is that these people have done for you, whether it's in the light or not in the light, and then kindly ask them to allow you to continue on this journey unhindered. So not to their face, excuse me guys, I forgot to mention this, but I was thinking it. Say the prayer. What's the prayer? You can see them, you can ask for your angels to be around you, and they're angels, and you can imagine this person standing in front of you just like this, hi, right, super cutes, and then you just look at them and you tell them, thank you so much for being with me on my journey up to this moment. There have been some good times, there have been some times that, leave me with questions, whatever it is, but I just want you to know that I'm trying to, I'm going into another level in my life right now, and I want to surround myself with people who are authentically loving me, authentically here to give and receive blessings, and not to slow me down with their unhealed emotions, things they haven't learned. So I would love to have you on this journey with me, but please, and in this case you're speaking to their spirit, so no worries about offending, right? So if this is not your core intention, then I ask please for us to gently return to our, I guess, how would I say, like how I would ask that you gently not let me be, but allow me to go on my path unhindered. But it's not that you're asking them, it's just letting them know in a polite way that this is where I'm going, and if you are about growth and you're about love and coming to receive blessings and give blessings, then by all means accompany me, but if not, let's go our separate ways. God bless them and hold them in the light and love them, right? Because it's spirit talk. That's you talking to your spirit talking to their spirit from a place of authenticity. They will hear that. Now, in the 3D, they're definitely going to get the message. How they respond to you, and you might even glean how they respond to you when you're having that spirit conversation. Some of them may snap at you in the spirit. Some of them might, say something very real, like, oh, if you're gone, I don't know who I am. They're going to speak their truth, and you're going to see their true motivations and characters come out in that moment. Remember, it can't hurt you. It's just seeing their real reaction. And you thank God, you send this person love, and you return any energy from them that you're holding on to, and you receive any energy that they're holding on to from you or that you've given away willingly or unwillingly. And you ask that all of this energy that is being exchanged be surrounded in light, and then loved and cleansed, and then reintegrated into each of you in energy back to where it needs to be. And just that's when you just allow God to take care of you, allow God to move things around in your life. Now, in the 3D, what might happen after that spirit conversation is you'll start to see their reaction in the 3D. It could be something, and it's based on them and their core wounds and how they can handle it, and whether or not at the spirit level or soul level they're ready to continue that path with you, or it is time to separate. Now, if some people lash out, some people start to feel that you're annoying, some people might like I said in the past reading, they might throw stuff at you, like, hey, can you pass the ketchup? They throw it at you. You're like, dude. And they're like, I'm just joking. Can't you take a joke? All of that is a microaggression that they're not even conscious of. There's something on the inside. It's because you had that spiritual conversation with them, and they're not okay with it. And they, they're fighting back against it, and they don't realize it because at the conscious level, they don't remember that conversation, right? They might even start saying things like, oh, you're doing big things. Wow, you're like leaving us in the dust. So comments might start coming out because on a subconscious level, they got the message. Or sometimes they might, you know, if they're wanting to really walk with you at a subconscious level and they got that and they received it and they see the opportunity for soul growth and they're willing to take it, they may say something like, wow, I feel like you're doing so many wonderful things. I would love to just know what you're doing, because I'd love to do the same thing. And they might even say things like, wow, it'd be cool if I can, you know, learn from you. I have a lot to learn. You're like, I'm your big brother, but now it's like, it feels like you're my big brother. Like things like that. Their comments and their behaviors are going to be in real world indications to how they respond to this situation. Thank you, Spirit. And so either way, you stay you and you keep doing your thing and get to your goal. If this person is meant to walk with you and give and receive blessings with you and continue to grow with you, they will be there. It does not matter. They will be there. And sure, they might like be defensive at first and, you know, whatever, but they'll come around, or they won't. And either way, you will be in the place of your highest good, back on your highest path. Now, sometimes what happens also is that it's not even that inflammatory for them. What happens is they'll start to, after they receive that spiritual message from you, they'll start to just somehow become busy. You guys will like fall out of the ability to meet up with each other. Like you might try, like, hey, let's go meet up at this place, let's do that, and then somebody bails, or somebody has to work, or somebody this, or you just never can find a time to meet up anymore. And that is also an example of a way we can see where an energetic shift has happened in the physical. So okay, so just in case, you guys, just to summarize, you guys were talking about, Spirit is talking about, well, we're all talking about, God bless, about this distractions and how they are natural, they come up in life, and how we've been off our path a lot of times, and you know, they haven't told us how far, but God bless, they got us back here, because here we are on this call. And we're also looking at, they're also giving us some idea about how we're very close to our goal. If you're on this call, there's a very good chance you're very close to your goal. I'm seeing that for a lot of you, the goal is what exactly is the goal? It's shaking off some past karmic stuff, karmic debt, working through something from the past, like for reals. And so it's like hanging up the apron, they say. So some of you, either in a past lifetime or in this lifetime, or I'm getting somebody here who this applies to, but in a past lifetime you were a blacksmith, or and you might, okay, if you were the blacksmith, you might see telltale signs of that in this lifetime. Maybe you would love to work with metal, but you don't have the money, you don't have the time. Where is the blacksmith and materials too, right? You might also have around your house a lot of metallic things. You might also wear a lot of metallic jewelry, you know, a lot of Celtic jewelry, metallic stuff, for example. You might just like working with metal. And so a lot of you, you know, whoever that rings true for, I feel like that, for an example, is somebody who is working off something from a past life. A lot of times when we have a past life that is unresolved, things from that past life bleed into this lifetime as visual reminders for us. So for example, if you had an unsavory past and unhealed past life in Egypt, for, you know, maybe you were killed and you never came to terms with that, or just whatever, in this lifetime it may happen that you're like super into Egyptian stuff. Every holiday, every October you go as like a queen, or like somebody from Egypt, or, you know, you're just into the mummy, like things like that. You love to go to Egypt one day. Every time you're in the store you see an Egyptian necklace, I gotta buy it, things like that. You may even have had a reader tell you that you used to be Egyptian. All that is that, you know, you have something to heal. And once you actually heal that and you overcome and clear that, hold on guys, 1 second. Okay, sorry about that. I totally got a knock at the door. And where was I? Oh, okay. Anyway, okay, I know I was giving you the summary, but anyway, long story short, rewind. Sorry. Love you guys. All right, let's continue on. And I think we have to start jumping back in somewhere. Let me pause and feel where I was. Okie dokie pokes. All right, so this win-win outcome card here, amen, is Spirit coming through. Now they want to come through and actually talk about and give us a lesson in distraction. Big D, right? So they're saying that yes, we've dodged many bullets when it comes to distractions and staying on our path. But they're also saying that they want to talk to you a little bit about distractions, because it's important that you make sure that you stay on your path. You know what? It's so crazy because I'm thinking about interruptions, and I was just interrupted, right? Interesting. And it's looking and seeing this bull now, God bless it. You see, notice how it says prosperity lies ahead. This card is showing us that it's kind of like confirming that you're very close to achieving your goal. If you're on this call, you might find that in your life right now, you're super duper close to something being revealed to you. There's something that's ready to be revealed and open to you. It's like once this eclipse, eclipse. I know it says new moon, but it looks like eclipse. Once this eclipse starts to move through and starts to not be eclipse, what's going to happen is that newness, that goal, that achievement, whatever, is going to be revealed to us. It's going to be made available to us. However, look at this. Look at what's in your path before that happens. Right before, darkest before dawn, right? The test before the finish line. Here's that bull. Now, guys, when we think about bulls, you know, we get a little scared, right? Because bulls are very tough. Sorry, excuse the lighting. God bless you guys. Bulls are very tough. So whatever this thing that's appearing in your life, or that has been appearing in your life recently, whatever this thing is, it is designed to kind of be a tough test. It's something that's going to be asking you, are you ready to get on with your path, or are you ready to commit to still being in the dark? It's funny because I see this money here. See, Spirit just uses everything. This money here, and I'm seeing that same message being bounced right off. Let's take a close look at it. See, we have two sides here. One is shrouded in mystery, and it's still, you know, it's just there's nothing there. Whereas on this side, it's like do 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 do. An image opens up, right? So right now, let's ask yourself, do you want to be here, keeping it 1,000, or do you want to be here, where it's like you don't really know, right? And it's enough to get a stamp of approval, yeah, living that normal life, doing your thing, right? You're still going to live life, but do you want to stay where you were, or do you want to open up and let this be revealed and really see what it is that God has in store for you along your, let's say together, path of highest good? Yay! That's right. We didn't come here to live the path of the lamest good, right? We want the path of the highest good. And so for those of you who have been on that path, great job. But it's all about staying on it, and it's all about being mindful about distractions. This card just fell off the bed and I just reached for it, and as I put it down I realized, oh my god, it totally wants to come into the reading. It's the Eight of Cups, and we know this is the after tarot, of course, so that's why you guys are like, wait, that's not the original tarot or Rider-Waite image. That's right, because it's after tarot. But notice, look here, it's very applicable. Look at this other person in the background. Let's focus that a bit. This other person in the background is maybe somebody, they're representing somebody that was also on a path, and you guys were just keeping lockstep whether or not you knew each other, right? Now this person is continuing on the path, but look at you got distracted by some stuff there. And now this person's continuing on and you're stuck here. That's what they're saying. They don't want you to get stuck at the last minute. You've come so far and they don't want you to get stuck looking into things that don't that don't relate to you anymore, looking into your past, looking in getting stopped up in past life things. There's so many things that they want you to clear. And you know what's crazy, guys? I'm getting the energy that a lot of these things are already cleared, but you're still in it, like, get out of it. And it's funny because my angels yesterday, as I sat down to do my daily reading for you guys, amen, they were like, they had me bring in my cute green blanket that I used to use. It's so cute. And I was like, okay, cool, because you guys know me, you know I gotta show it to you. It's so cute, right? Yeah. Bing. I love blankets. Anyway, and you know, I was like, yeah, I missed having textiles around, and I was like, I want to get back into that. And before I knew it, they were trying to tell me something. They were like, hey, you're still so thinking about this situation with your twin, your hun bun, right? And you don't even realize that you've come through it already, but you're still carrying it with you. You're still holding on to it. And I was like, you know what? Yeah, you're right. Yeah. And it's kind of like, they're like, you know what? Stop thinking about the past as if it's still here when you're just standing in the fumes of it. And instead, start focusing on building your own home, building your home. What things do you want to have in your home? Things like that. You know, it's a really great analogy. A really great analogy is when you're in university and you're finishing up the semester. It's been a long, grueling semester. Every week, every class, there's always a lot to do. You've got reports, you've got midterms. There's always something to be studying, and there's always this tug of war between, like, I know I should be doing something, but I just want to sit here and play video games, and like, right? But then after the semester is done and you've had your final exam and you're walking out of the room at the final exam room, you're done. There is nothing left to do for that semester anymore. But yet you still wake up for like 2 or 3 days later, still having this impulse like, oh, I need to be reading something. Oh, my homework. Oh, and then you're like, oh, wait, the semester's done. It's that kind of situation. That's the analogy. So a lot of you guys are having this moment where you're still kind of wrapped up and being susceptible to things that are already over and done with, and you're living in the fumes. The person who's even related to this is no longer even here, right? You don't even have the job that, you know, put this chip on your shoulder. I'm seeing a chip on the shoulder right there. Like, but you're still singing the song of that, they're saying. So they're showing us that some of you are still talking about these things as if they're reality. Oh, he cheated on me. Oh, this person took my job. Oh, that blah, blah, blah. That's been over. It's been over. Like, yes, that happened. Yes, you know, we get it. But like now, like even that person's not even, they're doing their thing. It's like you're home alone, and in the 24 hours that you have in your day, and of all the things you can say and spend your time talking about, a lot of you are still talking about these things. So it's kind of like it's time to put your focus your attention on something else. They're saying, and don't, oh yeah, I'm seeing someone here in the background. They're saying throw it up. Yeah, if you need to go, throw it up. If you need to let it out, but then let it out and stop talking about it, because you know you don't want it to keep infecting you. Now, I want to say something, because there's someone out here, to be honest, I'm seeing someone who was sexually assaulted, and maybe there's more than one. I don't know. Let me just tune in and see what Spirit wants to say about that. So they're saying for that person or that group of people, you'll know if this is you, because it's something that, like, the thought of it still takes up your mind. It makes you physically sick. It makes you, right? They're saying whatever you have to do for that, do that. You know, throw it up. They're saying for you, because I'm not seeing you here. I'm seeing you. I'm not even seeing you, that person in red. I'm seeing you as that little rock there, and it looks like if you're nude and that's your butt, and then you're throwing up over the side of this, you know, we can't see the rest of you because this person's crossing in front. You're throwing up over the side. So they really use these cards, guys. They're saying for you, if that's you, and they're saying for any trauma attached that is still very much here and still very much raw, they're saying for you, your path, notice the path is here, your path is to throw that up. It is to talk about it. It is to express it. So this is not to be confused. Thank you, Spirit, for qualifying. This is not to be confused with the message that I was just giving for people who, you know, this is over and done. It's been done. It happened in August. It happened this, you know, the guy cheated, the third party, the job was lost. And you will know if this is you, because it's almost like there's an energy around that thing that is no longer active, except in you, where you still want closure and you're still talking about it and you're still, right? So please chat with your angels and guides who are lovingly sitting right next to you. I kid you not, just as close as my cup is here, like, hey angels, right? They're sitting right there, and ask them, if I'm anyone in this card, angels, where would you place me, right? Okay, so please ask them to help you discern. Remember, if you haven't looked at my video on discernment as yet, Spirit came through and really talked about that. So make sure that you are practicing that at all costs, on any video you watch, and any book, and anything, okay? Anyway, so let's move on. Thank you, Spirit, for coming through with that message. All right, so I'm seeing here these two cards. Remember, they were saying that you want to You want to get to whatever it is that's coming in for you. See the little pinks coming in, like how it's pink here? But you do have to let go of whatever this distraction is. It's not real, just sidestep it so that you don't end up going back to exes, so you don't end up opening back accounts that you shouldn't have opened up, you shouldn't be reopening, so you don't go back into investing in things that, you know, whether it's property or whatnot that you shouldn't be doing, so you don't continue going back to the store that you had to close down because it went bankrupt. Don't go back driving by in front of it, because that's just gonna, you need to, okay. Okay, going back. Somebody here has a store, God bless you, that you had to close down for whatever reason. I'm feeling that it could be because of bankruptcy or some financial issues, but I think that it could be because the neighborhood wasn't good. It became a little bit dangerous. You know, people maybe didn't want to shop there because maybe it was gang-related area or something like that. And something outside of your control led to you having to close your doors. Now that I'm seeing is over and done. You're definitely, they're saying, don't keep going back there. Don't keep driving past there. Keep moving forward. All right, once you guys sidestep that thing, whatever it is, with this cute little bow and arrow, you know, look what opens up. It's that stuff that is here for you. It's that stuff that's here for you, that it's the goal that you're achieving. That's achievement. Look how they look the same. See how it's cute and little, like little pink, and then here it's like la. It's really opening up because you're allowing yourself to get rid of this thing that is standing in the way of achievement, right? Thank you, Spirit. I love how they use the cards to tell these stories. They're so awesome. All right. Okay. Let's move on, guys. Okie dokie pokes. Now, if you look at the spread that I've created, you guys know I do love to show you the cards so that you can do your own interpretations, and you can always check on the community post tab on my channel for the actual original image. Okay, now if you'll notice, all of these cards are like this except for this one, right? And it's almost like you'll look at it from this orientation head on, and you see all these cards right side up and this one on the side. But if you turned your orientation this way, and this was right side up and everything else was on its side, this card says Fox Spirit, think on your feet. But this card shows me deception, right? It's this beautiful card though, but this card shows me deception. And what they're saying with this card, God bless, is that a lot of you think you're on your path. A lot of you end up following something, following someone, because you perceive of it to be your path, but you're completely seeing it wrong. And you see how it's like this? Like if this is right side up, everything else is on its side and it's not being revealed to you. So this speaks about capital deception and distractions. Sometimes we sometimes we mistake or misperceive of a certain situation or a certain person as being the path for us, as the path to follow. That's how some of us get on certain career paths. I'm getting a doctor somehow, and then we're just not happy with it, or it just takes us down a path where we don't get our passions ignited. We have, and for some of us, I'm seeing it. It's like we end up losing a lot on that path, a lot of money, a lot of property. I feel like throwing up or gagging for a little bit now as I'm seeing that. It's just so wrong. It feels just so wrong. If you're watching this right now, you'll know what that feels. It feels so wrong that it's so in complete lack of integrity with who you are, and I'm feeling it right now empathically, that it almost makes you sick. Like, it makes me want to throw up a little bit. Like, over my stomach area, it's like the energy's like, like this. I'm just like, right? It's so incompatible with who you are at your core that you want to puke. You want to, like, you might even get sick because of that. So, a lot of times people, become a doctor because that's what their parents wanted, or accounting, or something. But somebody here, there's a doctor connection where this isn't the path for you. It's like, I'm so sick and tired of these people. I'm sick and tired of these patients. I don't care about these nurses. I've gotten to the point where I don't give a whether this person lives or dies. When you're in that, like, as a doctor, if you are in that mode, you need to get out of that field altogether, right? Yes, it may be paying your bills, but I think that, sir, for a lot of you, when you're on a path that is so incompatible with you, it's like you're not going to be happy on that path. There are going to be so many obstacles on that path. Obstacles to advancement, obstacles to holding on to money, obstacles to making money, obstacles to having clean and healthy social relationships where you are. So a lot of you, this may have been a relationship, but also it could very well be a career path. And so I'm feeling that Spirit is saying that's why we have to discern. We have to be privy to understanding what is best for us on our path, which path is best. And that's the discernment situation. Now, I'm seeing that. Wow, okay. They're also saying that a lot of times when you're off your path, you'll know if you're off your path, not only because you're not happy where you are and it's just like the dregs, but it's almost like this longing, this dreaming. Look at this person, like he's waiting. Three of Wands is waiting. He's waiting. He's hoping. He's dreaming. He's sometimes just dreaming but not taking action because he can't. He's like landlocked here. He looks like he's a student. He's studying something, but he just wants to be off on that airship doing something else, but he can't because he's got class to go to. This person I'm seeing here, there's someone who wants music. Their soul wants music. They're missing music. They want to be creative. They want to do music, and they can't because they're stuck doing something else. All right? And for that person, I'm seeing you might be experiencing some kind of mental disturbance as well, because it's kind of making you a little bit crazy. Because when your soul, guys, is missing expression, when you want to do something and you want to emote, whether it's like, I've got to dance, I've got to act, I want to write, I just want to draw art, I just want to make music. When you have something that is so creative, that's a productive skill. It's an energy that wants to come out. And sometimes teaching is the same way. I just need to teach, give me something to teach. That's a productive skill. That's in line with expression. Thank you, Archangel Gabriel. God bless. Archangel Gabriel is coming in to say, call upon me. Archangel Gabriel is the person to be helping you with your creative pursuits. Amen. Call on Archangel Gabriel. She will help you to get set up, to get right off this path that you are trapped in and onto this path. If you're here watching this video today, that is your reality. That's your potential. As I'm saying that, I'm seeing this person who wants music so badly, his eyes light up a little bit like, whoa, I'm getting a 6 in conjunction with that. Oh, shoot, look, 3 and 3 is 6. There's a 6 energy, though, in conjunction with that. I don't know if it's a month, if it's just a, whatever. But if you want that, please do say that prayer right now. Let's do it together. Oh, my God. Okay. All right. Dear God, hi. We are all on this call, and we just want to sing our souls' passions, our soul's expressions, whatever it is that is our divine desire at our very emotional, passionate core. Please, dear God, put us on that path. Please let us be ignited. Please send that person in. Let that flyer fly across our path, dear God. Please put us on the path where we can have this major exhale, so that we can exhale all of this grief, all of this stress, and so we can finally give rise to this art and this creativity that wants to come through us. Please, Archangel Gabriel, we ask that you personally be our advisors and personally take us on our path to doing whatever it is that would make our souls sing. Amen. All right? Amen. So I'm seeing, because sometimes for some of us, when we're not able to have that expression, that's pent up energy. That's when we start having issues. This person, whoever this musician is, that is not being able to express, I'm seeing mental stuff developing because of it. It's like being cooped up, right? A lot of us also may have issues with the throat, right? Throat chakra may have, for expression, may have issues with the second chakra, the sacral one, creativity. some of us, I'm also seeing the third chakra, which is the will center, solar plexus area, because some of us is kind of I have to say, we're not willing, we're not being courageous enough and getting our will in alignment with our higher self, with what it is that we really want to do, and with our heart. We're not taking that step, and so we're kind of moving through life in a disempowered way. They're saying all of these reasons, this is all when you accept the path that is not for you, because you were sold on someone else's dream, or you got caught up somehow in someone's beauty or whatever, based on core wounds. Everything is about core wounds, guys. Then what happens is you start to live an unfulfilled life. This is an unfulfilled life we're looking at right now. And if this touches you, look, it's not too late, because obviously you're on this call. It's not too late. Get started on your path. I think that a lot of you may lie to yourself. 7 of Swords. This is denial. A lot of you may lie to yourself. You may not lie to yourself. Some of you do flat out lie to yourselves. Like, I love this. I love doing real estate. I love it. It pays the bills, right? I love being a lawyer. It's great. I get to help people. And teaching is fun. It's rewarding. Kids get to learn. And, and some of you even tell yourself the truth, like, I hate my job. But it pays the bills, and I already still have debt, so I'm going to go around my foot. I'm going to dig my heels in and keep going. I've got a chef connection. There's a chef connection. Someone here who's in the cooking field. So either you love your job or you hate your job or something, but there's somebody's energy is coming through here. All right? But anyway, what I'm seeing here, though, is that for some of you may say that I'm going to dig my heels in, even though I know this is not the path that I love, and I'm just going to keep doing it for another 6 years until I pay off my debt and this and that. Well, you know what? You might not have another 6 years on this earth, and you're still stuck, doing something you hate until, in which case it would be until the day you die. So, you want to get in alignment with yourself, and you want to believe to yourself that there is an opportunity for you to actually have the life of your dreams. And let's stop thinking about the debt and the this and that. Listen, we all have student loan debt. We're gonna die with that debt, and then when we die, we're gonna realize, holy moly, I was all up in arms about trying to pay back a debt because the government said I needed to, and then you realize with your infinite vision that they were totally cheating you all the time. All sorts of stuff. So do you want to wait until you die to actually find a way to do what it is that you need to do and work yourself out of poverty of the soul? In which case you will end up attracting money anyway, because you're doing what you love and you're vibrating high, and people will see that and they might want to pay you for what it is. Give yourself a chance. And so Archangel Gabriel is like, hi, hello. you may remember me from 5 minutes ago. All right, hold on. Let me shuffle a card. Let me give a little shuff off camera. Okay. Okay, and one more card. I'm using these Archangel Gabriel cards because, God bless, why not? All right. So first of all, Archangel Gabriel cards, I'm seeing the word sensitivity. Look. Recognition. Look. So what's happening here in this card is you're getting somebody is coming and notifying you, like, hi. You're like, hello? Who's that? Who's there? Under God, right? Hi, I'm, I don't know, Annie, and I just wanted to let you know that you are not living your best life, and you look kind of sad, and we've been sending birds to you. See that little bird up there? We've been sending birds, and we're trying to get in touch with you, but you haven't been, noticing, so I just thought I'd drop in to, make a real appearance again, and this could be in the form of this reading. Right? Or somebody else, right? A dream. And then what are you going to do? Are you going to be like, okay, I'm listening? Or are you going to get up and be like, whatever, I don't believe whatever I'm hearing, or I can't change my circumstances, and then you go inside? Your choice. But if you decide to sit and you decide to open up, look, now they're wearing the same dress as I say that, and you decide to open up and say, well, I don't really know how to change my circumstances, but I'm willing to listen. They're like, yes. And then boom, in she comes, right? And now she's in more of a like technicolor, now she's more real, and she's like recognition. So thank you. You've recognized that this is God speaking to you. Your passion is coming to you. We are trying to get a hold of you, and we have a divine spark for you to take, right? You're at the end of your rope, and we don't want you to be there. Time management, right? They're like, it's time now. It's time for you. And look, now she took off her coat. Looks like her, right? Same outfit. She took off her coat, and now she's listening. She's entertaining this person. But now I'm seeing this person as a physical person. So God has sent somebody to her in the 3D, him, her, doesn't matter, to help her with her stuff, right? So they're saying you have to prioritize. Place your special gifts, your special passions, whatever God brings into your life, make it a priority. Even if you have to stay up later, get up earlier, not have lunch with your coworkers because you have to work on whatever this is. Do it. Do one thing at a time, even if it's a little bit every day. They're saying if you stay true to yourself, right? If you stay true to yourself, and you continue with Spirit, see how Spirit is like instructing, and she's like this, yes, like that, and she's like this, yes, just like that. If you do this, here I'm seeing make business cards. Oh yeah, make business cards, advertising, whatever it is that you do, whatever it is that you want to do, your passion. This is the step. Stay true to yourself and be that thing. If you want to be a writer, you are a writer. If you want to be a producer, you are a producer. Make your business cards. Yeah, you're going to be like, yeah, but dude, I don't even have a studio. I want to produce music, but I don't have a studio. I don't have a machine. Listen, if you want to be a producer and God is with you there, and you've been praying and you see the signs coming in to support you with that. Ooh, just as I said that, I saw this fox spirit give me a look. That's right. He's like, yeah, I'm going to come in as well. Well, that's what I'm saying. Don't get distracted, right? Jeez, he just gave me that look hard from the side. It was a definite side eye, guys. So we're going to put him here because he can be part of this, because he's not going to take us off our path. He's looking, right? So you need to stay focused. And if you are that person who doesn't even have a synthesizer to your name, you don't know that anything. Maybe someone will get your business card and you strike up a conversation somewhere, and they're like, oh, at a post office, something super mundane. They're like, oh, I like your cards, because it fell out of your wallet while you're trying to buy some stamps. You're going in for 50 cents and the business card comes out, and they're like, oh, you make beats? You're like, yeah, I make beats. I love beats. I hear them all the time in my mind. I'm just looking. I gotta get a synthesizer. I gotta get my stuff. But I'm definitely en route to being a beat person, beat master, right? Whatever you say about yourself, and then that person might just be like, dude, I got one. I have a studio. If you want to come, try a little bit, see what it's like. I could use a little bit of help around the studio as well in exchange. There you go. All right, God is bringing people in, right? But see how Fox Spirit tried to come in as I was talking to you? That's because you notice when you start getting on your path, you got your business cards, it's time to speak faith about yourself to other people. Then he's like, hello, right? And then in come thoughts, because he can only talk in your ear. In come the thoughts like, oh, I'm not good enough. I don't have the synthesizer. How can I be a writer? I don't have a computer. I don't even own a pen. Okay. You get my point. That's you and your limiting ideas. Now, once you stay with that, look at that. Look at that. And now there's success. Now you can be whatever it is that you are saying that you want to be, and this and that. Right? So the point is, stay on your flow, guys. Stay on that grind. You are the only thing that stops you. We can never, ever, ever blame. You know how they always have that trope in movies where it's like, oh yeah, God and the devil, they both exist and that, but they never tell us to do anything. And in fact, they're great friends and they play chess every day in the park because they love each other. It's like Magneto and Professor Xavier, right? Look, and it's only you who's choosing between who to follow, right? It's kind of like that, I think, in my opinion. It's kind of like that. Fox Spirit can say whatever he wants in your face. He can put in your ear. He can put anything in front of you in the 3D to make you believe and buy into any idea to throw you off. Like, oh, you don't have money in the bank. Ha! You'll never be rich. But if you're really in your mind and you realize it, like, oh, yellow card. Excuse me, sir. Thank you very much, but I don't look in my bank account to know about what's really for me or what I really have. The bank account is not the present moment. It is a past manifestation that is visible now in the present moment. In my mind, in the present moment, the real present moment, which is always in the etheric, I do have my money, that I have everything I need to do whatever it is that I need, and thank you very much, but see your way out. He's like, right? So you have to be of that mindset, because the world we live in is completely opposite. Remember, we live in a world where teachers are treated like crap, nurses are overworked, undervalued, right? But excuse me, the reality is like, no, nurses are, they are, we need them. They are so necessary, and we should value them. And people in the medicinal society, medical fields, whether it's physical medicine or non-physical, we need those people. We have to value them. Teachers, don't even get me started. We need them at the top. We need to value them. We treat children like crap. No, children are our future, right? So we live in a world that's topsy-turvy. So if you know that, you live in a world that's topsy-turvy, don't buy into the very, very mainstream world idea of seeing is believing. I must see it first and then I believe, because that is not true. The truth is you believe first and then you see it. It's just like the train and the train tracks. The tracks come first, then the train comes. By the time the train is on the tracks have already been laid. And so you have to see it in your mind. You have to create it. And once you lay those quote-unquote tracks, then things come into manifestation. All right, so don't let Fox Spirit and he's so funny. Look at his energy. I don't know if you guys can see it. He's smiling, and he's got that coy look at him. He's like, you might be right. Okay, all right. Well, all right. He can't say anything because it's true. It's like seeing a trickster, knowing like, listen, I know what you are. You're a trickster. I know you have no power over me. The only power you have is to manipulate the 3D world and try to make me see things a certain way. But if you know that you see things the way you want to see things, guys, and how you want to see things is where you come out on top, then you know that there's nothing he can do to stop you. And he knows that. And notice he's not even lifting a paw. God bless. He doesn't have to lift a paw. It's just speaking into your ear. And that's it. He's not going to try to stop you. It's like someone having 3 doors. And the door in the number 3 is the door that's your highest good. But you're seeing 1 and 2, and he's like trying to confuse you at the door. You sure you want 3? Maybe what about 2? 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. And before you know it, because you're not in your center, your power center, you're thinking that all the doors are great, or all the doors are not great, and that this person's here to help you. And then you're like, well, I don't know, I can't. 20 years passed, you're still indecisive. When the fact is, you look at some other person who comes up to the door, comes up where you are, and then Fox Spirit tries to do the same thing. They're like, listen, that's great. Let me get door number 3. Boom. They walk through and you're like, huh? This person, and that's when we look at other people and we see them as masters, and we're like, oh, I admire you. I admire how you can make decisions so easily. Oh my gosh, when my boyfriend did that, I really had trouble letting him go, but I just love how you told him like how it was, and now he's your husband and he's flying solo, flying straight. Like, how do you do that? Like, I don't get it. And to us, what we see in other people, and we laud and we think, oh my God, you're so great. That's only because these people know who they are. They're in touch with who they are, and they make steps. That's how they do it. They make tracks. They're not here to be distracted by other people, and they just do their thing. They're like, I don't know, it just didn't feel right, so I just decided I didn't want it. And we're like, what? What does that even feel? How do you know? Yeah. So anyway, guys, you get it. I'm sorry, I get a little animated by this. All right, what's next? All right, thank you, Spirit. They're saying, thank you. They're saying a lot of the reasons why also people get caught up on the wrong path is because, look at this. They're showing Snake Spirit. Thank you, by the way, to Fox Spirit and Snake Spirit, all of them just lending their energies to this reading. God bless. Okay. yeah, so see how we're seeing Snake Spirit here, but Snake Spirit looks like he's also in this card, right? You're like, wait, which card are you in? Snake Spirit is you. And what's happening is that they're acknowledging that a lot of times you guys get tied up. This looks almost like a tumor, cancerous kind of knotted growth that needs to be unraveled and massaged and just vacuumed out so it can get back to looking like this and not like this knotted bulge there. You guys see? What Snake Spirit is trying to teach us today is that the reason why we succumb to his good friend Fox Spirit is, and Spirit is giving us compassion for this, is because we've seen our parents do it. See, Snakeskin's parents are right there. And look how he could just kind of go in there and be. Look at the 5-5. This is talking about genetic patterns. This is talking about modeled behavior. Nurture is very important, guys. You know the whole nurture-nature debate? So they're saying that they understand that a lot of times you guys slip into behavioral patterns because they were modeled for you at a young age. However, they're saying it is your job to take whatever it is that you've learned at an earlier age and to ball it up and throw it out. Look, clear out the clutter. Look at how he still has as Snake Spirit, he still has the yellow and the reds and the oranges from his upbringing, where he learned some things from people in his life, family, had, whatever childhood issues, whether it's a pastor, whether it's a school bully, whatever, things that he learned. Look, he still has those same colors, the yellow, the orange, the red. But, once he starts to heal himself, which is his sacred duty, your sacred job is to heal. And I want to point out, look at these colors. Those colors are there. The healing is always there. But look at how he's like radiating with childhood stuff. His job is to continue to heal. Right? And once he heals, look at that. He's taken those same colors, the yellow, the red, and things like that. And they've now been integrated. Only the lessons. He only carries the lessons, but see how green he is? He's healed, but he carries the lessons with him. And as he throws out all that discarded waste, all that other stuff that he doesn't need, that's what we have to do. We have to filter through our stuff so that we can accept our sacred contracts. I'm seeing this sacred contract here, God bless us, in the High Priestess. This High Priestess has her sacred contract, and she knows how to work with fears. She knows how to get rid of fears. She knows they aren't true. She knows that they hang around us like a stink, and that when it's like around us and being emitted from us, these fears act like a barrier to real sight, right? They just reflect all sorts of craziness, right? And she knows that it's easy for Fox Spirit, and they're friends, God bless, because Fox Spirit doesn't do anything for her, because she, they both know he has no power except the power she gives him. And when she decides to give him no power, then, he just comes around, he's like, how's your day going? She's like, I'm cool, what about you? And, that's it. He's not coming as anything else, okay? And then he goes on his way, and she goes on her way. Look at that, right? And she can finally look at it for what it is and finally focus on herself. Right? Let me keep looking. And sorry again about the lighting, guys. All right. Yeah, they're showing here that a lot of times we do get caught up, understandably. Look at this Ten of Swords. This person is like, Ten of Swords is somebody who's just so burdened with so much, right? And it's literally to the point that it kind of kills them. It kills the soul. Not the soul, excuse me. It kills your spirit. It kills it, and it's just like you need to get rid of it. And so I'm seeing him wanting to reach back and pull out these swords one by one. And they're showing you, again, they're coming in that, yes, this is a very real state of being where you've got a lot of things that you need to work through. But they're saying there's a difference between this Ten of Swords card, look at how the card is, and this Eight of Swords card. None of these swords are actually impaling her in this Eight of Swords. And on top of that, the nuance of the Eight of Swords is that it's a mental state. You can get out of it by having a change in perspective. And she can easily, maybe the cobwebs look like they're that strong, but they're not. And she just pulls it, and then she uses her freed hands to take off her blindfold, and then she just moves away from the swords, and the spider isn't even like there, he's like somewhere else. So the point is to change your perspective. They're coming through to remind us that a lot of us, yes, may have been in some really crippling positions, but they're acknowledging that a lot of us are no longer there. We're just holding on to those ideas as if we're still there. And what happens is when we do that and we keep living in this yesteryear, it keeps us from being able to step into the glory and the passion that is here for us. Now, Coyote Spirit wanted to come in and say, oh, trust in the divine detours. Coyote Spirit earlier, I kept him here, or her, God bless her. She looks beautiful. Aw, I think they're together. Right? Super cute. Can they be married? Yes, they can. She wants to come in as a salve, as a soothing. Now look how docile he's like, hey baby. She's like, hi, what are you doing? You're not causing any trouble, are you? He's like, no, I'm just doing me. I just sit here. She's like, You're right. She knows who she married, right? Look at what she's saying here. Trust in divine detours. Now I'm getting a message for you guys. This looks like it has to do with relationships. Maybe twin flame stuffs. Twin flame stuff. She's saying, don't get it twisted. My husband, he's struggling. That's just the way he is. But I know who I am. And you might wonder why I would be married to somebody who would be such a trickster, who would come in, but that's because when I look at him, I don't see the trickster. And now, guys, that's her talking, by the way, but now this is me, Jonelle, talking. As I look at him, as she instructed, I'm see these little like circles here. They almost look like grandpa glasses sitting on the bridge of his nose, right? Like Santa grandpa glasses. Yeah, she's like, yeah, when I look at him, I don't really see how gold this is. I don't really, like, this is what I look through that. I don't really see this man as a trickster because I know who he is underneath. He's just my husband. He likes to come home, sit in front of the fireplace and shake off the snow from outside and, talk about stuff. And so I look at him through gold. And so I see the gold overlay. That's who he really is. But, a lot of people see him wrong. They see him, they project onto him. And I think it's a little bit hard to be the masculine. He's my masculine because he's susceptible to being projected upon. And people don't really see him for who he is. And it's interesting that she's saying that because as I'm looking at him, now I'm seeing some feminine flecks in him. Now it looks like he has eyeshadow, red eyeshadow on over this eye, and then like a little, like a more design, like eye design or something over here, right? So he's got his feminine aspects as well. So now I'm seeing that this fox spirit, this deceptive person in our lives or opportunity in our lives is transforming right in front of my eyes. And you know how he transforms? It's because this person has a lens and she's letting me see him through her lens. She has her own lens. Listen, this woman is not worried about that man because he can come and say whatever he wants. She's like, listen, I know who I am. Dinner's going to be ready at 7. Yeah, but I want to, I'm not going to be, okay, well, then you won't be here for dinner, but it'll be available for you when you get back home. He's like, maybe you want me to wait, but I don't want to wait because I have a full day ahead of me tomorrow, and so she gives him a kiss and she's like, listen, if you're going to be here at 7, then we'll eat together. And if not, then I'll catch you later, right? But I'll leave a plate out. And then he might do whatever he needs to do, or he might be home at 7, right? And that's all there is to it. So that's the kind of situation here. So they're coming through as a cute, super cute couple to show that, for a lot of us, and that's why this was here, they both had this as well. When I laid them both, they were masculine, feminine, right? The Emperor and I didn't get the Empress as the counterpart. I got the High Priestess. Look at that intuition again, right? So I'm seeing that she's the leader. She leads, guys. The feminine leads, but she doesn't worry about the masculine and his antics. And just like we on this earth should not be getting distracted by the different things, whether it's a person, a place, a thing, an opportunity, we don't get distracted. Why? Because we know ourselves. But she's saying to trust in divine detours. Now, and then what she's trying to communicate is she's saying there's going to be, and it is inevitable that you're going to fall prey to a lot of things in your life because you're not healed in your perspective. And so when you look at certain people, whether it's be your divine masculine, whether it's somebody you're dating, male, female, whether it's your divine feminine, whatever, whether it's a job opportunity, whether it's a school choice, you know, whatever it is, you're gonna fall prey to it until you fix what's on the inside. But, you know, fool me once, right? Fool me twice. And so it's kind of like she's saying it's inevitable to fall prey to things, but how you pick yourself up and how you dust yourself off and how you move forward. And her eye just twitched. She said when you move forward, though, you have to remember to change your perspective. So guess what? Coyote Spirit, God bless her, she's telling us, stop dating the same damn man, all right? I'm sorry. Stop dating the same man. Yeah, but, you know, this one's got a job, you know, and I checked it out. He does work there, and he's really creative. Listen, but just like the last guy, he's manipulative, and he lies. All right? Stop dating the same woman. Yeah, but you know, this one, she's got a good relationship with her mother. You know, she's this and that. Yeah, but you know, just like the last one you dated, she lies. All right? She's not, she clings. She wants to keep you for herself. She doesn't want you to do, like, so that, there, she just shook. She was like, whoa, that's scary. She literally just trembled at that, right? And he's like, you have no idea. So anyway, these are the messages that these two spirits, they're saying friendly spirits, they're coming through to enliven the cards. So do we get the message? Oh my gosh, spirit is so fun. And I love puppets. I like puppets, right? But anyway, so she's saying she got herself a little bit dirty too. Look at her nose here. How it has the paint splashes that he has. She got herself a little dirty too. But you know what she learned, and she's wise now. And she realized, and her energy is very still. Remember, he's still as well. He doesn't have to do stuff to trick people. People project onto him, and he could say anything he wants. People will hear what they want to hear because it's going to validate core wounds on the inside. So in actuality, he's not that powerful. And she's very still as well. She's at that 0-point gravity. The both of them are still and focused on themselves, right? And they love each other. That's what I'm getting. So anyway, guys, I hope that makes sense. I was going to put them together, but she's like, I'm cool over here, you know? I mean, yeah, so they love each other. And so I want you to see, guys, that to summarize, a lot of times we get off our path. We get distracted. And a lot of times that distraction comes when it's darkest before dawn. Like just as you're about to hit the finish line, something pops up from the past, a test or whatever. But you have to stay centered in who you are and focus on yourself. Look at patterns, and like she says, move forward. Thank you, Coyote Spirit. Move forward with the intention of learning and fixing your perspective every time you learn a lesson. You have to, otherwise you'll continue to make the same mistake and be discouraged and dissuaded and tricked and all of that. But remember, at all given times, she's saying it's projection. You project onto the world that which is within you. If you have a feeling of low worthiness, you're going to project, and you're going to see the world in a way that is going to validate you, and you're going to attract people who treat you like you're unworthy. You know what? A very good example of that is, have you ever met someone who it really feels at their core level that they're ugly, right? They feel so unhappy with how they look, whether or not people outside of them would actually perceive them as ugly, right? But they feel so ugly on the inside that if somebody says, oh my God, you look beautiful today, oh my God, you look great today, they will literally get mad. They're like, stop lying to me. Why would you even say that? Because they just can't see what you're seeing. They think you're blowing steam up their buns. They think you're lying to them. They think you're being mean to them. They think you're insinuating something, because they're projecting onto the world. And when we project, we can no longer see what really is there, as the Course in Miracles says. That's why they say we never really see what is. All right. We don't see the truth because we only see the projector. So we have to go, the projected image. So we have to go on the inside, fix those core wounds so that we can project different ideas onto the world, and so we can see people and opportunities as they really are and not get tricked into things. By the same token, some people feel so good about themselves and so whatever, whether it's that they're in full ego bloom and they just don't believe you when you're saying stuff, or because they're so healthy about themselves that if you say something like, oh my god, why are you wearing that outfit, you look a little like a clown, they're like, what are you talking about? I look great and I love clowns. I don't even know why you're up in arms about it. They just don't hear your BS because their projector is projecting onto the world that they're awesome and that there's a reason why they're doing what they're doing, and it's because they love how they look in it. So it doesn't matter who comes down to tell them otherwise, they're not going to listen. And so if both of those extremes exist in the world, but they have a universal thing where somebody feels so good about themselves that you can't tell them otherwise, someone feels so bad about themselves that you can't tell them otherwise, both of these extremes exist in the world. So, well, which one do you want to be? And what's the difference between the two? The only difference is that they both believe two different things. So you can either go about life feeling good about yourself and not listening to what other people say, or you can go about feeling bad about yourself and not listening to what other people say. But I'll tell you what, the difference is also you'll start to attract different people. You'll start to attract people who want to make you feel unworthy. And those are the abusive people, the people who don't feel good about themselves, and they put it onto you. Or you'll attract people who see that you, they recognize that you are awesome and you're great because they feel that way about themselves, right? It's kind of like busy people. Sometimes people who aren't so busy, they email somebody else and, and the person will just write back one word like answers like, hey, what time are you coming around tonight? And they'll write back 6:30. And then you're like, wait, that's all you have to say? But a real person who's busy understands what it means to be busy, and they know that there's certain things that happen when you're a busy person. Like, you don't have time to write lengthy emails, you don't have time to read those emails, you don't have time to sit and chat. So when you write back and you say 6:30, it's because you looked and you're like, oh, 6:30, next email, and that person's taking it wrong. So that just goes to show you again how when we have an idea about our life and about ourselves, all we can do is project onto the world. And non-busy people will see busy people as rude, when that's not it. They just need you to get to the point because they're busy. And maybe busy people will see you as a waste of time because you want to sit and chat and you're disrespectful. You don't realize that they have things to do and you don't respect their time. So, long story short, guys, we have to always look out for distractions. The best way to look out for distractions, especially when we're about to move into something amazing, which I feel is the case for a lot of you, is to heal your core wounds. Look inside of yourself, understand what's going on, see where your vulnerabilities are, tweak your she wants to come over and hang out with him. She's like, yeah, okay, I'm ready. Ding! Tweak your perspective, as she says earlier. Tweak your perspective and keep moving forward. All right? All right. Sorry, guys, if I talk too fast, it's because the energy's coming through me, and it's just like and I prefer it that way anyway. All right, thank you so much, guys. Mwah. I absolutely love you guys, and I hope that this helps you. And I'm just so in love with these two, like I can't get over it. All right. All right. I'm sorry. Just like, is this great? All right.